Can I request a refund? This is not what I paid for. Hey guys, TheElusiveMad here, and don't take this cat home. It's really not a good idea. I noticed that there's a little endings tab, and I got 0. There's 40? So I figured, why not try and get another 1 or 2 or a few? So let's see what we could do. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad that you did. Wait, this is different. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe you're lucky it's finally starting to turn around. I can't talk today. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Oh, we could probably go to the park, or maybe go to Target. Maybe even who you could meet. Ooh. Maybe love on the horizon. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Oh, precious me. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guided your steps. You follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just managed to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. Loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground soften your steps. Precious baby? Finally, the sound's source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. Why do I keep saying valley instead of alley for this game in particular? At the end of the alley, in a bit, I know I can't read, but apparently I really can't read today. In a big cardboard box is a cat. Huh. Guess that should have been obvious. Oh. Oh. So? You look so familiar. Right? Baby. Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. It's a bright, sunny day. Obviously, things are on the rise and things are good. We're gonna take this cat home. Let's get you out of here, yeah? Aww. On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Do something with the cat. Duh, we just got a cat. Like what? We are going to play with the cat. Meow. Oh, you're so cute. Bertha was probably bored stiff sitting in that old box all day, just watching crowds of people walk by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing wouldn't hurt you, wouldn't kill you, right? Oh, you just want some attention, don't you? You want to play, huh? Oh, you sound so excited. Meows. Okay. What to play, though? Look for some yarn. Laser pointer still works. Hide and seek, a classic. If I know a cat, yarn or the laser pointer works the best. So maybe like the laser pointer if it works. Cats are curious creatures by nature. They're also natural hunters, sort of. Why not pass the time by letting the cat hunt after something it'll never quite understand? That sounds a little mean when you think of it like that. But it's not like the cat will know anyway. Ignorance is bliss, or so they say. Shooting at your old laser pointer from your long-gone, dreaded days of group presentations. You flip it on and see that even after all this time, the batteries still work. Yes! You get a little kick out of aiming it at a mirror hanging in the living room, so it reflects off the glass, making a little red dot appear on your knee. The cat cautiously walks over, stopping every few steps to cast a look of suspicion at you. When it finally reaches you, it lightly presses a paw on your knee, like it's trying to catch the dot of red light as casually as possible. You manage to hold back a chuckle. Not that it really matters. The cat isn't paying attention to you at all, entirely focused on the light, now resting on top of its paw. You move the light a little higher above your knee. The cat reacts immediately, trying to pin it down. But in the next second, you've already moved it to the floor. Oh! The cat jerkily follows, attempting a more energetic pounce when you shift the red dot. Over here. Oh, over there. Oh, and over there. Oh, look at the little beans. By the couch. Ah, on the couch. The cat might be ignoring you, but you're certainly enjoying yourself. It's been a while since you've laughed this much. You've laughed so much, in fact, that you accidentally shift the red dot onto a lamp beside the couch. Oh no. In its haste to get the light, the cat leaps onto the lamp, sending them both to the ground. Ooh, oh no, hopefully the baby's okay. Oh my god. Oh, precious baby. Look at the floof on the tail, oh my god. Someone was having a little bit too much fun. The cat is sitting in the middle of the former lamp's broken shards. Back hunch, its head whipping back and forth as if in a panic. You quickly turn off the laser pointer and rush over. I'm so sorry, are you okay? Are you hurt? You reach down to pick up the cat and check for any injuries when... Ooh. Ooh. Slash. Ow, hey! The cat swipes at you, claws extended. Its back up and twitches away, making frantic half-turns in various directions as if looking for something. Or waiting for something to appear. Oh, jeez, that really hurt, you know. Ugh. You hold the hand with a scratch close to your chest. It's bleeding, but it's not too big. You're more annoyed than anything, but... Oh! Immediately your annoyance starts to bleed into concern. Uh-oh. You watch in shock as the cat starts to run around, tearing at the carpet, the sofa, your armchair. You want it to stop, but you're afraid of getting in the middle of its rampage. You consider calling a vet for advice on how to calm it down, but for some reason, you feel like that wouldn't be a good idea. What happened to you? Is it... An idea comes to mind, or rather, a realization. You grasp the laser pointer, aiming it safely away from the floor in the middle of the living room. Thinking, hoping, that the cat would calm down if it found what it was looking for. You turn the laser pointer. Does it satiate the beast? The cat reaction is immediate. Oh my god. Talk about unleash your inner hunter. You screwed up. In the span of mere seconds, you watch as the cat spies the red dot from its perch on the shredded armchair. Leaps high into the air. Changes in the air. It slams down upon the dot on the floor with a weight and force that shakes the whole apartment. Maybe even the whole building. You wonder dazedly how none of the other tenants have rushed over to complain about the noise. Yet as you stare at the sight in front of you, the cat has somehow grown in size. Eyes bulging and glowing, tail thrashing, teeth enlarged, bared and covered alarmingly in bubbling froth. I think I need to call that vet now. Its giant claws rip and shred through the carpet, the floor tiles even below them. obviously trying to get the red dot. Your hands are shaking. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped. You have to get away. Get it away from you. I mean, if it's following the laser pointer, just send that. Have him follow it. You slowly back up towards the door. The light moves with you. Instinctively, you flick the light away. This way and that. The cat's stampeding after you. Yeah, you can break that, that's fine. So fast. Smashing through the TV, breaking the couch in half. Too fast. Gold eyes are through the wall into the hallway. Through the wall? A chance. You turn, intending to bolt out of the door and never come back. But in your haste, you forget something. You forget several somethings. You forget the laser pointer gripped like a lifeline in your hand. You forget the mirror. Still miraculously hanging on the wall next to the hallway. The laser reflecting off of it, putting a small glowing red dot. No, on the back of your head. And as you reach the door, you forget that it's locked. Oh no. Oh, you didn't even have the chance to turn around before the cat lunges all the way across the room at you. You're torn to shreds before you can even blink. It was painless, right? Ending 12. Targeted. Alright. Let's do one more ending and see. Maybe we could get a happy one. Maybe there's a happy ending amongst the 40. Alright, we're gonna... What if we tried the not take the cat home option? Sally, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. Stay strong. What to do? What's the question marks? You're not ready. We're gonna leave the cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get this cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? I didn't even see what that said. Sorry. See you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows, almost pitifully at you. You meowed pitifully at me? Stay strong. You have to go. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. We're gonna meet cool people. We're gonna make friends. Maybe get some ice cream. It's what's best for the both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you've forgotten you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do with your day off. Let's go to the doggy park. Totally different. We're gonna forget about this cat, that silly cat. We're gonna go look at dogs. You decide to take a stroll to the park or something. The only one within walking distance is the nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First you get to see a cute cat today, now you're gonna get to see a cute doggy. Several of them, in fact. Ooh, I love busy doggy parks. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions. Playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Oh, such cuties. Whatever. Like you'd want anything to do with these mangy mutts. But I did, I chose to come here. You didn't think that. I didn't think that? You decided to move on. The dogs are also adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know, not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. Stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Oh, baby. Can I pick up? Drop it. Ah! Terrified you drop the puppy hook to the ground. Practically throwing it from you. You immediately feel horrified when seeing it in guilt as the tiny yelp it releases upon hitting the ground. Either shoves you aside with a cutting glare and storms away with her puppy. I'm sorry. I'm having a really weird day. You deserved it. I'm not feeling so great about being in the park at the moment. Maybe we should leave. Leaving sounds great. Leave the park. Good. I think we'll see a movie. The movie sounds great. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to the movie theater. There's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. It's okay though. You're not exactly a fan of the crowds, and nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. We're gonna go to the old theater. My hair has just decided to become part of the show. Great. You eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s. Perfect. Smells like mold. Maybe even the 70s. But that's what you were counting on. You could consider buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. Perfect. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna watch a nice movie. As expected, the theater movie we'll be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap of the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds before the screen flickers on. No commercials or trailers pop up. The movie just begins. Please do shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. Much as you're getting into the premise. Doors open behind you, momentarily casting light onto the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. In a public establishment, after all, the place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. But I wanted to enjoy it by myself. You try to refocus the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the theater before heading in your general direction. What? You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle only to sit right in front of you. And you're wearing a hat inside? Ugh. There's no one else here and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall. Even with the stadium-like arrangements of the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. We're just gonna scooch to a different spot. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. The whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. shaking your head with a passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction. You definitely pick another, less perfect seat in the theater. But, as you settle down, you see the strange person get up. Only to once again sit down in the seat directly in front of you. You look around somewhat helplessly as if wanting for someone to silently agree with you about how odd all of this is. Or at least inform you that it's all an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone with this weird jerk. Sir, I moved. I didn't want to bother you. You hate confrontation, same. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Your throat closing up and your body starting to shake. You've always been more of a flighter than a fighter. But you paid for this ticket. You've wanted to watch this movie for ages. And now this total stranger has ruined the entire experience for you. You're all alone in the theater. There's no one who will help you if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of your body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and the stranger. You stand up. Even standing and higher up on the incline, the stranger is still at least a head taller than you. What is this, fucking giant? The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls heavily over the theater at your movement, as if you can sense the stranger anticipating what you plan to do next. You square your shoulders and force a little bass into your voice. Hey! The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intended, like a sudden and vicious bark. But you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk, you know that? Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much so that you glance at the screen only to find that the movie has paused. Your attention is ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly, like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate as the moves of a predator. You don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare blink. Instead, your eyes widen as the person's head turns. They turn some more. Then turn more beyond that beyond what should be possible. Neck bones cracking to face you directly. You can't move. Wide glowing eyes resting above a wider grin mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth and what comes out? Something impossible to comprehend. The voice is endlessly deep and creaks like a weighty door, foreboding and oddly melodic, alluring. But also snaps you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already out the door. You run through the halls of the empty theater, heading for the exit. You feel something watching you from behind, but you're too afraid to look. The exit is now in sight. You sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People, that's what you see. That's what you need. Safety numbers and all that. Without thinking, you rush into the street when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind you. Go to the cinema! Just go! Refuse to even risk a peek over your shoulder. You rush across the street to the new cinema theater. You didn't realize that it felt like you've been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure. Until it very suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken. But at least breathing comes easier. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened, deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming. You join the long line outside the new cinema. So you pick a random movie and take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and inside is bustling with people. Ah, great. It's not what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice not being alone. Even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing amongst themselves. You get some popcorn, but the line at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. I could barely afford this outing, let alone popcorn, for the second movie I'm trying to see today. You go through the halls. All the signs in the theater designated on your ticket before heading inside. Second movie's The Charm. You sigh at the sight of the absolutely crowded theater. You head towards a seat, only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. It's happened a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled in a seat, annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins. It's always happens, people want to see these movies, it's fine. But it doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. Suddenly the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black cat. Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. The sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say. Can I request a refund? This is not what I paid for. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. I don't feel safe here anymore. I think it's time we go home. Soon the entire room is chanting in perfect unison. Everyone starts staring intently at the cat on the screen. Is this like Hypnotoad from Futurama? You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself, but the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out the corner of your eye, some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No. They're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. Their scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. Try to blend in. Thinking fast, you look at the screen and begin to chant in tandem with the crowd. Yeah. You feel the harshness of their collective gaze start to ebb away. The air in the theater becoming lighter once again. You release air shakily, just realizing that you've been holding your breath earlier. Surely you can't just up and leave now. Not after whatever all of that was. People around you all seem fine now, but there's no telling if they'd get aggressive at you for even moving too much. Never mind outright getting up and leaving. You decided to let this run its course. Hopefully someone will come along. Right? Or at least turn the film off. You continue to chant along with everyone. Yeah. Yeah. You start to feel lightheaded. Feel as if you could fall asleep. But your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You try to look around and gauge the other's emotional state. But you can't seem to look away from the screen. You try again, but you're still locked into eye contact with the cat on the screen. You attempt to physically force your line of vision away. You still your nerves, ready to throw yourself to the ground if you need to. But your body only gets as far as tensing up for a moment before completely loosening itself again, making you lay back limply into your seat. You think you should be panicking right about now, but even your brain feels limp. Your thoughts are vaguely muted past out, airy, sickeningly sweet, and loosely spun, like cotton candy. You like cotton candy. You think you shouldn't mind your thoughts and body being like cotton candy either, so why get up and ruin that? It's nice here. You're more at peace than you've ever felt before in such a crowded room. Still chanting, you never felt so aligned and in tune with another person, let alone an entire room full of complete strangers. You're not alone. Out the corner of your eye, the person next to you starts to sink back even further into their chair. Out the corner of your eye, the person next to you starts to sink back even further into their chair. And they sink more. Then more. Not like they're slouching or reclining, but more like they're deflating. Their skin bunches up in wrinkles like fabric, as if their muscles, their bones, have started to disintegrate. Their eyes dim before sinking into their sockets. Their mouth, still attempting to chant, falls open over a cut-off nyeh, gasping as the words enter in an awful hiss, a final weak release of air. You muse thoughtfully about whether or not you should be distressed at the sight. But even then, the blanket of pieces leave you. Suddenly, in the pile of skin enclosed next to you, you see a lump moving around. You watch in dazed fascination as the lump makes its way to the part of the skin where the head used to be. And out from the mouth crawls a tiny black kitten. Yeah. 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 You can hear the familiar distant sound all around you now as the unified chants start to fade, only to be replaced with the faint mewing of kittens. Finally, your voice is the only one still chanting, still human, and alone again. You don't want that. You can't go back to that. Not again. Not again, please. Just then, you go completely limp. Your body feels light, but it might as well weigh several tons because you realize quite suddenly that you can't move. Not an inch. You can't shift your eyes to look around. You can't even breathe. But somehow, the chant continues to creak weakly from your mouth. Yeah. 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 A few kittens come forward and perch themselves on the chair around you, watching your sinking body, mewing as they wait for their youngest sibling to emerge from you. Dozens of glowing eyes peers down at you. And as your eyes start to cave into the sockets of your softening skull, you manage to make out the silhouette of a familiar cat perched on the seat right in front of you. Your vision finally fades, and as the same hiss of air expels itself from your mouth, the last thing you sense is something small and alive shifting eagerly under your skin. Ending 18. Happy birthday! Oh my god, that was a ride. Guys, we learned where kittens come from. This game is crazy. Okay, I'm leaving this part here. I think, okay, so we've only done like 3 of the 40 endings. If you guys like this, let me know, and I'll do more of these to try and get more of the endings, or you can check it out for yourself because I'm going to leave it in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and if you made it to this point in the video, and if you like it and you like me, maybe you'd like to consider leaving a like and possibly subscribing for more. But thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.